guns and stuff.
It was with some trepidation that I decided I would cover DoDonpachi. Here was a game that I knew nothing about, save that it was a vertical scrolling shmup and was a member of the Bullet Hell School of Design. But I'd heard good things about it, so, thinking why not, I gave it a shot. Now I've always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with shmups, especially the bullet hell subgenre. The games I've loved in the past have been examples of the complete opposite philosophy. R-Type, Gradius, and even going as far back as a port of Scramble for the BBC Micro. These were games that threw enemies at you, certainly, but the amount of actual bullets on screen, with the possible exception of the boss battles, was relatively slim. It took 2 games to really make me enjoy the bullet hell of Manic Shmup. Treasure's seminal Ikaruga, and One Man indie effort Parsec 47, which I'll put a link to in the description below. Both were games that could fill the screen with huge amounts of enemy fire, demanding precise control of the player craft and above average thinking and reaction time. Ikaruga especially, with its colour based system, rewarded smart play. So where does DoDonpachi stand? DoDonpachi was developed by shmup specialists Cave and published by Atlas. Made up of employees from shuttered arcade developer Toaplan, Cave set out to follow up on the legacy of their old company, who had been responsible for several scrolling shooters. Most notable of these was 1993's Batsugun, an early proto-bullet hell shmup which would define many of the qualities that would become standards in the emerging subgenre. Once Toaplan closed, several of the staff banded together to form Cave and released their first title, DoDonpachi, in 1995. It laid out many of the fundamental pieces that would be refined over several installments of the series. The follow-up, DoDonpachi, released in 1997, it was intended to be more than its predecessor. More enemies, more stages, more bullets. Players chose between 3 different types of ship, each of which has its own individual bullet spread. In addition to this, each ship has 2 fire modes, a primary, normal attack, and a focused laser attack which concentrates everything into one beam, while slowing the ship down. Combine this with the traditional smart bomb, which can also be focused into a massive laser attack, and which eliminates every bullet currently on the screen, and the player has everything they need to negotiate the arduous gauntlet that DoDonpachi lays in front of them. This is a game that values skill and practice above all else. Memory of the bullet patterns and the order of enemies are essential to progress. The odds of completing even the first stage on 1 credit are very much stacked against players. This isn't even a game that can be completed by spamming credits. In order to properly complete the game, the first 6 stages must be cleared in just 1 credit, which opens up the second loop. At this point the player has to beat harder versions of these 6 stages before taking on the 7th stage and the game's true final boss, Hachi. Suffice to say, I have no footage from the second one. DoDonpachi is a landmark title in the shmup genre. It's arguably the first true bullet hell shooter, eclipsing even its predecessor in terms of on-screen projectiles. As such, it has shaped the future of the genre, laying the groundwork for titles that come out even to this day. There are some who perhaps sneer at this subgenre. I know I always dismissed it as something for the truly hardcore shmup fan. There's no denying that the genre isn't for everyone, but in a world where the challenge of something like Dark Souls is lauded, it's certainly something that more people should be trying out. Next time on Arcade Attacks.